company of companies that have been pulled together over the last 30 years, only serving the higher education community. We're if you were to measure us by market share, we're the largest provider. We have over 2,400 institutions. We're in 40 countries. That being said, we're predominantly North American centric. And so my mission as CEO, and I joined the company a year ago, is to do a better job of expanding our presence globally. It's why this event and being here is so absolutely critical to us. Because this is all we do, we have to focus on the same thing that our customers focus on, which is driving student success. We believe that student success is the result of a rich student experience. We think that technology plays an increasing role in delivering that unique and rich personal experience. But at the end of the day, we know that we're only providing tools and techniques and expertise. Ultimately, success is driven by our customers. As I go all over the world, I'm seeing a lot of things in common. Number one, institutions are really being challenged. A market that people, I think, just kind of took for granted is under significant pressure. Most significantly, the demographics of students have changed. It was not that long ago, and for the past 150 years, that the traditional student was 18 to 22 years old, went to school full-time, did not work or hold down a job, and graduated in 4 to 6 years. Today's average student is 26 years old. This is not unique to the U.S., this is a global phenomenon. Is working full or part-time and attempting to work school in with a job and providing for family members, and is struggling to finish within 4 to 6 years. This is putting an extraordinary amount of pressure on institutions. It was only about 4 to 5 years ago that the primary pressure that society was putting on institutions was something called accessibility. You must open your doors to everyone. Now what we're seeing more and more is pressure on outcomes. It's not enough just to open the doors and to welcome people in. It's also, we as institutions are now being held accountable for the outcomes of the students. In the U.S., there's a $1.2 trillion student debt load that society is carrying, and there's a real open question about, is it worth it? In Australia, there was pressure 6 years ago to open the doors, particularly of the TAFEs, the community colleges. And so a lot of students came in that really weren't motivated or qualified to go to higher education. It really wasn't their calling. And so all of a sudden overnight in Australia, there's over $500 million Australian of student debt, about $350 million US, with no clear outcome having been delivered. So these are the kinds of market forces that are hitting institutions around the world. The other thing that's happening is borders are disappearing, barriers are dropping, and the best and brightest students, wherever they may be, are looking around the world for the best institution that fits their ideal and their goal. And so in the old days, institutions tended to compete with other institutions in the community. Now they're literally competing with institutions around the world. And so this is putting pressure on institutions to be precise in what is unique about them, what their value is. And so part of it is separating the signal from the noise. How do I stand up and declare what is unique about me and my institution? And part of it is getting that personal relationship with the potential student early in the cycle, typically 18 months before the student actually selects where they're going to go. And then finally, today's students have grown up with Facebook. They've grown up with Amazon. They've grown up with a full, rich online social experience, and they expect that when they're engaging with the institution before they select an institution, and they expect it when they're on the campus. In a recent survey done in the U.S., and this is not unique to the U.S., the average student on the college campus doesn't own, but actually carries 3.1 devices. And this study was done before the Apple Watch started shipping. So my guess is in a couple of years, we'll see that grow. It's certainly not going to shrink. And so today's students expect to be able to do everything with a mobile device. And it's not just bring your own device, it's bring your own application. They come with their own social network, with their own ways of getting things done, and they expect the institution